And welcome to paranormalxl podcast. G.G. here, and with me as always is Mama Mary.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hola.
How was your week?
Long, and I'm super happy that it's the weekend, and it's Friday. That's how I call
I wish
Thursdays
I still had
now.
Fridays.
Me too. When you getting those back?
Never.
Never. What?
No, because everything's changed for me.
Well, for the better.
For the better.
Are we sure? Are you still getting out at the...
I get out at like 1 to 1:30.
Okay. So something like this may work.
Yeah.
For us then?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Like it. Yeah, work's changing for me too. We're getting some new equipment and stuff, so we're going to start picking back up. That's why I really got to push my other opportunity, because, Mom, how cool would that be just to be able to do that stuff all the time?
I know.
Or I just, like, my actual physical work is me making stuff and doing the stuff that I love, and then I can be like, here, everybody.
Like little fairy princess.
Yes. Fairy Princess Witch.
Yeah, there you go. Glenda.
I am Glenda. I love Glenda. I think I should have her dress for Halloween.
That'd be nice.
Do we have plans for Halloween?
I don't know. I do have a gypsy costume that I had bought for Gypsy Festival until it canceled.
Oh, so are we going as gypsies? We
Might
need to
have
do
to.
something, because I think the kids' version of Halloween's going to be canceled, but they didn't say anything about adults is being canceled. So I think we should do something.
Yeah.
Because it is Halloween. We've had a shitty year, so who doesn't look forward to Halloween? And full moon, and...
Maybe we can have a Halloween party here with a full moon ritual. Bonfire.
Yes.
I know a couple of people that want to come.
I do too. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can't see this, but I'm looking at her in all sorts of different
'Cause
weird
it's a
ways.
Saturday.
It is
so
a
why
Saturday,
not?
perfect party day. But we will stand 6 feet apart and have our mask on and just
Bring the sage.
yeah. But shoot, I was gonna say something. Oh, at the shop we were talking, and somebody said something about what happens if we all need to shut back down or whatever. I said, okay, first of all, we're essential, and they looked at me, and I said we're essential, and it says it right on this bottle, essential oils. It says it literally in the name.
Now, what shop is this?
You're so funny.
Talk to me like I don't know you.
Oh, I'd probably turn around and walk away. I'm just kidding. I would not do that. I do not do that to people. Not even some people I probably should. The shop is called The Reading Room and Me, because I just got added. No, my part is Ascended from Magic Boutique.
I like it.
A little bit of witchy stuff here, a little bit of witchy stuff there.
A little sparkle of magic.
Yeah, see? It was a great shop to begin with. Bonnie was wonderful. We talked about her quite a few times on here.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of beautiful crystals, ones that I've never seen in any other shops or anything, too, as she comes across. And I'm like, how do you even have this out? And then she takes you to the back room, then she's got all these. Yeah, she's like, I keep all these ones.
She's definitely original.
Yes, yes. She's a lot of fun. But then my part, she had requests for, like, clothes, witchy type clothes and stuff like that. She's more, to me, along the lines of just, like, a spiritual, earthy type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, you and I, in my eyes, we're like, yeah, witches, yeah, satin. I'm kidding.
We want to look like it.
Yes. And I had this discussion the other day there, too, is I'm okay with being a cliche witch because it opens up conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's educating people on what Wiccan and paganism is. Well, that's the first step. If you can get somebody to actually listen to you or ask you,
yeah, because they really don't know.
Practice? No,
they just assume what everybody's taught them to know.
Yeah,
not the real truth.
Right, that we sacrifice living things, and just that guy driving that loud car. And no, I'm just kidding. We don't do any of those things. It's spreading love and light and taking in the universe. Yeah. It's wonderful.
There's more to it than just what meets the eye.
There so is. And with that being said, now would be a time for to bring in the Archangels episode. Ta-da! That did not go in together smoothly, but I just made it.
It did. It's all right. No, because they are a part of the universe.
They are.
And they're omnipresent, so they cover archangels. They don't belong to like just one type of religion. They belong to all religions.
Everything.
They're omnipresent.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty badass.
You read about them in the Bible, but they don't belong just to people who are Christians.
In the New Testament, I read in my research, I believe it was the New Testament that it said. Now I'm questioning myself. Archangels was only mentioned twice in that book, which I thought was very, very odd. But with the Christian belief, from my research, was they are like messengers for God.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all named after a purpose for God.
Okay, but not for like the God. Would it be, in our situation, what we believe in, would it be God's plural? Like everybody's so. God?
Yeah, I think because it's just like if we'll go into a little bit of how I believe. We go a little bit of the chaos magic belief, where there is a God, but all of the universe was born out of chaos. And so you have the God,
the Big Bang chaos,
and then you have the higher God, the all-powerful. So you have the archangels that serve the universe to protect and help this God and to serve the higher being.
Which is the universe.
Yeah.
Because there is no ending to the universe.
No, there isn't.
I love it when we talk about the universe and such, because our hands always do this.
They get bigger.
Yeah. Bigger. That's what she said.
So what's the archangel, the one that you hear the most?
Michael.
Good job.
Or Lucifer.
Lucifer. We don't want to talk about him. No, he
was all right in Supernatural.
He was given a bad rap in a sense.
He was.
He had his role to play.
But wasn't it the story of Archangel Lucifer? He just didn't agree with what God did, so God banished him, right? Is that essentially dumbing it down for me? Because sometimes
and then he raised an army of other fallen angels and took them with him. So, do you think guardian angels and archangels are the same? What are their purposes?
That's weird. I was going to ask you that too.
Oh,
now are fallen angels archangels?
Yeah, they were angels. Yeah,
but are they archangels?
That I don't know. I just know when I hear the term fallen angels, but
how can you not know something I ask you? Come on. I'm just kidding.
I gotta be honest.
Yes, you do. Weird. I gotta take off my socks.
That's all right.
That's weird, I know, but cools me down.
The guardian angels are kind of like our personal angels, like loved ones that have crossed over. They're here to help us, where the archangels, they belong to everybody.
Everybody. Yes, and they like you to call on them.
Yes. But it's very important to call on them because they can't help you unless you do. They can be there for you, but unless you specifically ask for their help, they're not allowed to help you. You have to be open and ask for their help. You have to invite them in. So keep that in mind ever. If you're thinking, well, Archangel Michael's just there to protect me, you have to ask for that protection.
Right. I'm like, right. Yes. Sorry. I'm reading this, and it says the book, chapter 20 of the book in Enoch mentions 7 holy angels. So are holy angels archangels?
Yes, that's probably what they mean, because they always talk about the 7 main
which
archangels, except for there's
more.
There's several.
Yes.
My favorite's Metatron.
I know it is. I love his symbol. That's something that calls to me is the symbol. But there's Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel. My name. I don't know how to... I know how to pronounce my name, but Sarsquel, Raguel, and Ramiel. Okay. Well, that's who I got as the 7 holy angels anyway. I know there's more. In the life of Adam and Eve, it lists the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, and Joel. Mm-hmm. So they said there is more. We did get our research, I want to say, on the main ones that we do hear more about.
Yeah.
Because this, I want to say, my first list that I have here lists the 7, but it's also, I don't know, I want to say in the words of, well, probably the good book is what it was saying, because it says, Michael, warrior who fights against Satan and his army, the defender of those who love God. Which would make sense, because he defends all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can, if called upon.
And his name means he who is his God.
Yes.
And they consider him the most powerful of all the archangels, as well as the leader of all of them. Mm-hmm. And so he's really good. Like every single morning when I do my meditations and my prayers, I always call out to Archangel Michael and ask for his protection. And then I also, too, if I'm in a place where I think there's more negative energy, I'll ask for him to guard my energy and to remove any and all negative energies or entities that would attach to me. And if there's any lower earthbound energies, to cross them over to the light, because he deals with that kind of stuff, too.
Right. Now, I remember a prayer that we did one time entering a graveyard or cemetery. And you called on him when we did it in a circle. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We did that, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
No.
But that's a good time to do it, is what I'm trying to explain to the listeners.
Because he helps to release fear, and he helps to release doubt, and, he's the greatest of protectors. And then you can call upon other archangels to help with protection, too.
Right.
Just like when I call my four corners, I always call to Archangel Michael, Raphael, Ariel, and Gabriel. So when I get ready to do ritual work, I cast a circle around me with those archangels. Right. So a lot of people call the corners and if you were Wiccan, you'd call the watchtowers. But I work with the angels more than I do anything else.
Okay.
And so I call for them to be my guardians. Because who better to have your back?
Word.
Especially if I know it's going to be a rougher day than normal based on the energy.
And she calls for Luke. I'm kidding. She does not call. I'm kidding.
I carry sage in my pockets. I carry my liquid sage and I spray bitches in the eye.
Take this. That's funny. Yes, Archangel Michael, the great defender and protector. So we're just going to talk about him. I'm just kidding. But he is one of the ones that you hear most about, even portrayed in movies, whether it be whatever movie or not just a God movie or a Bible movie. It isn't something that you do hear. There's actually, I think, a movie that's based on him.
Yeah, there probably is.
Like an action movie.
I think that, like what you were saying, is that's what I like about the archangels is, they're spiritual, but they're not necessarily religious.
Right.
And so it's nice to be able to work with the spiritual energy. Because that's really what it's all about, spirituality, Wiccan, pagan.
So they're kind of something that we all have in common together, that they are the one common ground when it comes to a religion.
They connect the universe. That's their job.
Okay, that makes sense.
Same as a circle that connects the universal whole.
See, this is why I love our conversations.
I know.
I learned so much. It's making sense.
Now, like Archangel Raphael, he rules the...
Not a turtle.
No.
Damn it!
No.
Does he like pizza?
But isn't it funny that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were named after the Archangels? Because they were protectors.
Yes. See, it makes sense. Shit's falling into place.
See?
Right? Right. Boom, bitches.
Oh, we're instantly in the fifth dimension right now. We had our epiphany.
Right, there we go. I'll cheers to that.
Oh, shit.
We're like, and drop the mic. Goodbye. Hope you learned a lot.
Have a good night. But Raphael, he rules the house of Sagittarius, and his name means God heals. His whole energy is dedicated to emotional and physical healing, and so he's really good for healers.
He's the divine healer of physical ailments. And sorry,
exactly. Well, when I do my energy work, I will call on him. Mother Mary and Jesus, because they're the ultimate healers.
She's Mother Mary.
I've been called that, as weird as it is. Even though Mike used to call me Mary Magdalene. And he'd be like, why do I want to call you that? I'm like, are you calling me a whore?
Because that's cool if you are. I just want
cool
you to be honest.
I just want to know where you're coming from on the saying.
Right. I don't know how to react to this.
Anyway. But he's great for restoring harmony and peace. So if you're in a situation where there's strife where you don't want it to be, call upon him and ask. It's important to believe. You can't just, half-ass it and not believe in what you're asking. But have faith in him. He will come to your aid. But again, you have to ask for the help. And
I need to call on him right now.
See?
I'm like, right now. For Aunt Lynn.
See, there you go.
I'm like, right now. Call him. Get your cell phone. And
well, he helps to clear away fears and stress that's could be adversely affecting your health. So anything that's causing you problems that could hurt your health and your body, he helps remove those if you ask for them. If you call upon him.
What you got next?
Well, I have Archangel. I think it's Chamuel is how you pronounce it.
Okay,
now,
yeah, I've
he
seen that
rules
one.
the
Yeah,
sign
right
of
here.
Taurus, so he kind of belongs to you. And I think he rules the color yellow. I remember when you started seeing the color yellow, and I told you to look it up, and that's what you found.
Yes,
and this is why, because he rules the sign of Taurus, and
All
so
right.
he's the one that asks to bring you whatever brings you peace. He's kind of like the peace bringer. And so when you were seeing him, you probably needed more peace. And he was trying to give you the message, ask me and I'll help you. His name means he who sees God. And like I just said, his mission is to bring peace to the world. And he protects the world from fear and lower vibrating energies. He has an all-knowing vision, and he sees the interconnectedness between everything in the universe. And he assists us in finding the strength and courage to face adversity when it seems like we're lost and we don't have anybody to turn to. He shows us the important parts of our lives, our like purpose, the important parts of relationships and friendships, and he helps us find solutions to our problems, which in the end brings us peace and harmony.
So everybody needs him, though.
Yeah.
Because he's more of like trying to help with the self-love thing.
Exactly.
Am I right?
And so if you find yourself in a situation where you're trying to find inner peace, he's the one to call upon. And what I'm going to actually, because I got this idea from doing more research, because I didn't realize, and I should have realized, that there's certain archangels that rule, the zodiac signs. Okay. And so right now we're in Virgo season, which is Metatron.
Oh, yeah.
And so right now I'm doing like a 33-day ritual where every day I spend like 5 minutes of sending healing, love and light to myself. And then I spend 5 minutes contacting a higher being, whether it's, the planets, it's Archangel, So I'm thinking, okay, it's Virgo season. So I'm going to contact Metatron in my ritual. And what does Metatron rule, you ask
Transformers.
Yes. We're done. That's it.
Stop, Mike. And with all that being said, we are going off. Just kidding.
No, actually, he's really fascinating because I didn't know this. He is the angel of presence.
I love presence.
He's distinguished as having once walked the earth as an actual human being. See, that's the big thing between archangels and regular angels. Angels were here.
Right.
Archangels were never human, ever. So the fact...
So is he an archangel or not?
He is. The reason he ascended to the archangeldom is because he walked with God consistently his entire life.
Because he was awesome. Because he worked for the Transformers. He worked for the Autobots.
Well, he helps you move past all limits of the human conditioning. Helps you literally speed up time, slow it down. And in this capacity, he helps you develop all of your spiritual gifts and remove blocks. And he is a helpful guide in all your areas of when you're doing your energy work. And that's what struck me, was the energy work, because that's what I do.
Right.
So I find that fascinating. He guides indigos, people that were born in the late 70s to early 90s, who demonstrate high levels of spiritual awareness, which I'm an indigo. One of my first readings, she asked me if I knew what that meant. Because that's the first thing she heard when I walked into the room, was an indigo child. And it fits me, which is just one of the first stages.
Is that the time frame?
Well, it's like a starseed child. It's a child that's placed here on earth with a spiritual purpose to spread the word and to lead and to heal and to teach. A spiritual teacher, so to speak, with different gifts. And that was, You
think that's when they laid us all? Was around between that time limit you just said?
Laid us all like I think eggs? In a sense, I think, as we come back and back and back, through past lives, we return through reincarnation, and each time it's with a different purpose. And so when we were born this time, knowing that we were going into the ascension of the fifth dimension, right, that it was time to start raising the bar and raising the vibration and bringing in more light workers and healers and spiritual teachers. Right. Because everybody has a part to do.
Oh, exactly. That's what they've always said, too. What? I'm sitting here looking. Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. It was good. So, okay, we were born, which would make sense, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to make me sound crazier than hell, but I guess every episode I'm getting more and more there. The people that I've been introduced to in the past, let's say 2 years, all around our age, or whatever, and they're all very spiritual now. When you kind of look at the big picture, kind of step out, you're like, okay, and you kind of look into the other podcasts or the people that we came across that go to the shows or people that come up, oh, this is so great that you do this, da-da-da-da. They're all around our age. So you'd think that time frame given, what was 70s to early 90s, late 70s, early 90s?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make connections. Maybe there's no connections.
Well, you have
there.
like the rainbow children and the starseed children, and it's all, if I remember correctly, starseed children they're just people with spiritual gifts, but they're kind of not of this planet.
Okay.
So to speak.
So they got blood type O. I'm
yes.
kidding.
Yes.
Nailed it.
XO.
Jesus.
But yeah, the whole point is that spiritual purpose where
Well, yeah, but
it's to raise the vibration and spread the spiritual truths. The indigos are there to spread the spiritual truths. Metatron's there to help the spiritual teachers.
So Metatron's here with us right now.
Yes.
yes. He
And
probably
he's
should
shaking
be.
his head.
I know.
No,
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
I've done really, really good for 2 weeks, but I'm working now. Mama's working.
We're
And when Mama works,
we're all right.
we need to have a drink.
That's right.
That's what makes us flow. Right? I think it flows. I guess I don't know.
Something's flowing.
That's right. That's a really cool picture.
And I love that picture. Then you have
Man.
Archangel Jophiel, which rules the sign of Libra, and his name means beauty of God. And here is an interesting tidbit that I did not know. Archangels can be either male or female depending on how you see them.
I actually read that too, because I kind of wondered too. I was like, how do they? But then I thought angels don't have a gender, do they? Because I've read that somewhere.
Well, and basically that's what it says is it's how you see them.
So how you perceive it, I guess.
Yep.
Because like in my notes, I have down the colors that are linked to them too. So then they link that back to like the chakras. Which
Exactly.
Is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I'm learning all this stuff, there's a shit ton more than you guys even. I'm talking at the mic like they're really there. That you guys don't even realize. That it's just crazy. But like Samuel with the unconditional love and blah blah blah. What chakra is he related to? The heart chakra, which I thought was kind of neat.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, people have seen when they see or when they call on him, they see like a soft green or a pink energy, which would go right there. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, you're all right.
I interrupted. I do not mean to do that.
Well, Jophiel, he supports thinking beautiful thoughts and staying positive and slowing down and bringing calm into our lives, and he heals negativity and chaos.
Did somebody fire him? Because have you looked outside lately?
I know. He's getting blocked, I think.
That's a big, yeah. Yeah.
He's got a big job.
Yeah, somebody's blocking him.
No, he's got to step back. See that the problem is you have to call upon him for help.
That's true. So
there's a lot of people, all the people out there who are, rioting to cause change. They're not real believers. They don't even know what change they want to cause.
No, because they're rioting. And once you riot versus protest, you missed your mark. You went over. You stepped over the line, which means there's no cause there anymore. You're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it.
Protest all you want, but actually protest.
And I don't even care what you're rioting on. But yeah, there's a protest, peaceful protest, and then there's the riots and
beating people to a bloody pulp.
If you're harming another human being or any living being, and that includes animals too,
doesn't make any sense.
No, you cross the line. Your passion for whatever you are fighting for gets thrown out the window. It's mute now. Like there's no purpose for it. Anyway, this is a spiritual podcast.
Well, one of my favorites is Archangel Ariel. And he rules the sign of Aries.
And he's
very magical, and he helps you develop the skill of manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the saint of animals in the environment.
Oh, so yeah, we love him.
His name means lion or lioness of God, and his role is to protect the earth.
That makes sense.
He heals and he rejuvenates and he maintains the environment, and he assists in healing injured animals, working closely with Archangel Raphael in these endeavors. Also oversees the order of the physical universe, including all planets, the sun, and the moons, and the stars. No wonder I love astrology so much.
No wonder.
No wonder.
Now here's what I wanted to hit. because I have horrible anxiety. Archangel Ezreal. It says he's the oh my god. I know, like, in my head I'm seeing this word. Benevolent transformer of mental and emotional anxieties.
Nice.
This archangel's responsibilities include helping people to heal from the loss of a loved one, as well as from, like, depression, illness, which affect our mental and emotional systems. Archangel Ezreal also helps those in the process of transitioning from life on earth to an existence in heaven. So he must be the carryover angel that will take your hand when you pass, if you're going to heaven, or your heaven, we'll say.
Yep. And he rules the sign of Capricorn, and his name means whom God helps. But he's also known as the angel of death, because he helps those who are crossing over. He meets them and helps them into heaven, but he'll help them adjust once they're over on the other side. And then he also lends support to those who are left behind.
This is good.
One of his biggest things is he helps minister to spiritual teachers, preachers, pastors, spiritual healers, also, to help other people, to help them know what to say to people who are mourning.
Okay, so, no, it's been known to, when people call upon him to ask for assistance in stressful situations like an addict, grief, when they lose somebody, depression, or some type of emotional illness, the person that he's sending this to, they get an unusual, I don't want to say that, they get in a state of, like, calm that settles over them, but it's unusual, so it's, like, questionable. But it's also explained as, like, a stability and inner peace, stillness, because Israel is preventing the negative voice of the human ego, because that jumps in when we are experiencing depression. Okay, we'll say depression because thoughts of suicide, that we're human. Most people have thought about it at least once.
Yeah.
You know, or even just saying that, oh, man, just take me now, you know, that type of thing. But he'd be the one to pull you back, to say, no.
To pull you out of it.
Yeah. You don't need that. So he's a good one to have around, it sounds like. Especially if you struggle with all that crap. Anyway, sorry, I thought that was...
No, you call upon the archangels, you have your own personal army. You just have to know it's there.
And no, yeah.
You can grow stronger, and you can heal, and you can become happier if you just have the faith.
Yes, faith is the key word there. And I think a lot of people, like, when we say faith, we mean it kind of differently than something that you would hear at church. Am I wrong? Because
No,
to me,
I
know
different.
when I say faith, it's different than what we hear. Because when you see or hear the word faith, it's usually coming from somebody that wants you to read the book, wants you to go with them on Sunday to their place of prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that. However, don't make me the bad person for not going.
Because you want to do it a different way.
Right. Yeah, and see... Well, not see nothing. We'll stay on track. I got Archangel Ariel, the Great Earth Mother. Those are pretty names.
They are.
Metatron, the Great... I don't know that word. Instigator of powerful change. Too much wine. Yeah, that's what I said. What do you think I said? Metatron. I think we've mentioned him a few times in our podcast, actually.
I know, I love Metatron.
Yep. Metatron.
I like invoking him.
So cool. Zedekiel.
Yeah, this one is the Archangel Zedekiel, and he rules the sign of Gemini, and his name means the righteousness of God. He is the angel of mercy, memory, and forgiveness. And he remembers everything, just like a woman.
Sorry.
And he helps you remember your divine origin. You can call on him to remember your life purpose, your reason for living, and even past lives. And he can help you recall that compassion is your true state of being. And he will help you undo negative, self-harming patterns.
Yes.
Call upon him to help remember the details of any specific fact or detail, especially from your childhood.
So I have more about him, because I have... He's the divine god of life paths and sexuality.
Oh. I knew I liked him for a reason.
It says, This hardworking archangel assists with issues surrounding forgiveness and all forms of abuse, as well as occupations and productive use of time. Archangel Zedekiel appears to me as vibrant orange energy, which would be to what chakra, Mama?
Well, for orange, that would represent for me the sacral chakra, which would make sense with like the past love, because past life, only because your lower chakras, that's where you store your past lives and your early childhood.
Yeah,
that's why you have to work on your chakras in order to have your spiritual awakening, because you have to heal the childhood pain to build the bridge from your heart to your throat chakra to your spiritual self. So he would help you heal, especially the sexual issues, because the sacral chakra rules the sexual issues.
It's a loud thing. Is that weird? I think that's weird.
Well, it's probably him.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Sorry.
He's saying hi.
Yeah, what's up, brother? Wait, are we talking about the same ones?
Yeah, I threw mine down.
Oh, I'm talking about Zedekiel. Yeah. What are you talking about?
We're still talking about that one. I just put him on the floor.
Moving on.
And this one I have Archangel Raziel, and he holds the secrets of God. It's said that he knows all the secrets of the universe.
Governs the veil between the worlds of heaven and earth.
Exactly.
The subconsciousness, the dreams, and the gifts of mediumship, also known as spirit-to-spirit communication or spirit communication.
Exactly. Call on him to increase your claircognizance.
Oh, how do you pronounce it again?
Claircognizance. That's a channeler. That's
channeler.
Where all your...
Channeler bang. Sorry.
That's where all your information comes down through your crown chakra, which is difficult to read by because it's all like in your head and in your own voice. So it's hard to tell.
It is.
It is.
This information has nothing to do with me. Yes.
It's hard because you can't tell, are these my own thoughts? Are these thoughts from spirit? But that's what claircognizance is. It's an all-knowing. Except for the back side of that is you always think you're right.
Oh.
And I do. So.
She doesn't think she knows.
Exactly. I'm claircognizant.
Well, it's because of people like me. She thinks that.
No, he can remove blocks to your spiritual gifts. He clears the ways for profound psychic perception and instant manifestation. Call on him to unlock your divine potential and all of your abilities. He's pretty badass.
I was going to say, yeah, look. This is like, it's huge.
I mean, so if you're looking to open your spiritual gifts, he's a badass.
I say, yeah, really, he is. It says, well, call on this archangel when you are searching for answers about the mysterious and inner workings of the universe, when you need help with interpretation of dreams, and when you need assistance or ready to work with the higher energies of heaven through spirit communication. Oh, wow. In animal form, he will appear as birds with white feathers, which represent beauty and purity of unconditional love from which we were created. Oh, I love it. Sorry.
That's kind of weird. I've had a lot of people giving me white feathers lately. And last weekend I had this really weird dream. And I was in a room, it must have been some kind of office space, but it was like in the basement somewhere. And there was a bird, beautiful bird. Uh-huh. I've never seen that kind of bird ever.
Right.
And ever. And he was so pretty, and he wasn't really ignoring me. He just didn't see me. And I remember it being really windy outside. And I'm like, oh, he's sitting there, to protect himself from the wind. But he was blocking me from the wind. And then a seagull landed. But seagulls. They flew away, and then I'm looking at the pine tree that was behind them, and it was a weird pine tree because it was all white, but not like a normal pine tree. It was like you could almost touch it, and it would be a furry type pine tree.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, one of the limbs or whatever you call it started spinning in a circle, and a little baby of the bird that was sitting on the sill, the white beautiful one, flew at me, and he sat on the perch and he looked at me and he looked around and then he kind of got sad and he looked at me again and it was like loving, and then he just started talking to me. Like I could hear him plain as day. And he goes, what's that desk over there for? He goes, do you answer phones at that desk? And I turned around and I said, yeah. And then he started talking to me some more, and then it was something about protection, and then I woke up. So that strikes me as weird that you gave me that, because when you said the thing about that he often appears to you as a white beautiful bird, I got chills because I've been pondering all week. What the hell is that? Because it doesn't mean it doesn't make any sense.
You need to stop eating spicy food before bed.
Maybe
quit having those weird. I'm just kidding.
But it was one of those nights where I had a dream and I could tell it meant something. So I say, okay, I'm going back to sleep. Show me what it means. And then I'd have more. But my gathering is when I researched it was just all about protection anyway, being well protected. But I find that interesting.
That is interesting. I liked it when I was like, it just kept getting more and more powerful. He's pretty awesome.
He is. He is a badass.
We should probably figure out what his symbol is.
Yeah. Now, like Archangel Gabriel, he's another powerful one. And
we didn't. I thought we did.
He was the famous archangel who announced the birth of Jesus to Mother Mary.
Jesus.
And he represents the feminine forces of creation, birth, and motherhood, and helps the conception, adoption, and early childhood. Now, this is the one they actually say would be considered a female, and it's the one archangel that is actually represented in a drawing as a female with a trumpet. And she also helps to eliminate procrastination. I've already prayed to her today. I haven't seen anything happen yet with the procrastination thing, but I'm still waiting. That's like my one flaw is procrastination.
That's your only flaw.
It's not my only one. That's my biggest one.
The energy of the crow and the ravens focus on messages from the other side. Archangel Gabriel acts as a muse to share inspirational messages to those on Earth to stimulate progress and bring new ideas into being. What did I just read? Okay, because I love Ravens. I got this obsession with ravens. I've been on Destiny. Yes. Then she keeps sending me pictures of crows. I said, no, I want a raven. Damn it. And that's why I wanted to read that part.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Is this a joke?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Go
I'm
ahead.
like, is this a joke? Or am I supposed to be serious? Jeez. So that's kind of cool. The ravens. So when you see a raven or a crow, that might be a message from Gabriel.
Yeah. It's all about motherhood.
I need a freaking raven. I can't summon one. I've done everything. I got all serious right there, didn't I?
I've done everything.
That's like that time that Sean turned around and called me Lucifer when we lost power because I need water. And it was okay. It was like 4:30 in the morning. Guess I needed water. I had to brush my teeth. I needed to shower. I needed to go to the bathroom. Hello, I'm getting ready for work. You don't got no water. I need water. I needed hot water. That's what I need.
Well, yeah.
And that's neither here or there. Anyway, so I was Lucifer for like 15 minutes when we lost power. It was no big deal.
So you came back.
He started calling me Lucy after that. He thought it was funny. I did not. Until now, I think it's funny now. At the time, I was mad. But then I saw a raven. Just kidding. I think it would be so cool to have a raven. I think we should get a pet raven. I think that should be our mascot for the podcast. Hobby might get mad.
He might.
I hope the raven doesn't try to eat him.
He probably would. Hobby's kind of a friendly bird.
He's so funny. Oh my gosh.
He is
so funny. Alongside the Archangel Michael, you do hear a lot about Gabriel, I think, or I have.
Yeah.
And once you go back and kind of pay attention to it or whatever, it's kind of cool. So you want to call on Archangel Gabriel, I almost said Michael, for help with ideas, inspiration, and creative pursuits, and the energy, opportunities, and resources to complete projects. Maybe that's why I like him.
There you go.
Maybe that's why I'm having all these epiphanies with Archangel Gabriel.
Well, that's the thing is when you feel connected with something, go with it. It could be your intuition telling you to call upon him or her.
I should. I picture him as a badass looking guy. Not like a hot guy, but like a badass guy. And I don't even know, like
in black leather.
Yeah, and he's just like,
chains.
Here I am. Here's a raven. And now you're so cool. And here's some ideas. Run with it, girl. You're good. And then he can dance. So I think angels should dance.
Because dancing's fun.
Yes, it is fun.
Yes.
Do you have any other angels? I mean, there's a lot of them.
That's all I've got.
There's, the ones we went over are ones, I know that we've heard of before, so hopefully you guys have heard of them.
They're pretty much the main ones.
Yeah, and if you haven't, now you kind of get a better understanding. But there's many, many more, and there's orders of them in existence. See, all of them do have specific jobs. One's fired for not making that car be quiet. Speaking of that, I want to ask a question. Not on this. But they all have specific jobs, like you said earlier. Specific areas of our life, just depending on what you're praying about or asking for help with. You need research. Even if you're sitting down to say your nightly prayer, you're just like, I know there's some days, and I still say God.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily I believe in him. However, he's not the one I go to usually. Yes. But there's times like after work, I'm just like, God, please just make this day go better. Make, whatever. If you're having issues, research which archangel you should call upon. And as you're praying to God, pray to that archangel too. The words in my head are coming out perfect. Not so much here.
Through your lips.
So, do you guys have any questions? They probably got lots. So, do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
Good.
I'm sweating balls.
It's hotter than hell in this beach. Oh. So, thank you for joining us at paranormalxl podcast. Email us at paranormalxl@writeme.com. Also, get us on the Facebook and get Mama Mary. You still doing your other one, right?
Yeah.
The guided meditation ones and stuff like that. Where can they find those?
My Spiritual Voices podcast Facebook page. Are you so confused?
That was a lot of words. Facebook page.
Facebook page. Spiritual Voices podcast Facebook page.
Yes, they're really great and awesome. And so are we.
Yes.
So keep listening. And remember, please stay kind even through all this craziness, whatever. If you find yourself getting crazy, probably call on an archangel to help you through it.
There you go.
They will help you. They'll be there to listen. It's no different than just saying random shit in your car. Just add their name in it. Really.
Yeah.
But have your intentions there, but that's exactly what you're doing when you're screaming. Anyway, not that. Maybe I'm the only one that screams like that. I don't know. Stay kind, stay humble, and remember, don't yuck someone else's yum.
Ever.